Banji Akintoye fled Nigeria during military era, now pushing for anarchy. Akeredolu. The governor of Ondo State, Akeredolu, has vowed not to allow agitation for succession in any part of the state, stating that packs of unelected jokers won't be allowed to declare sovereignty on behalf of the state. The governor, who is also the chairman of the Southwest Governors Forum, spoke on Thursday through his senior special assistant on special duties and strategies, Doyin Odebowale, while reacting to a statement credited to the leader of Ilana Omodua, Banji Akintoye, over the governor's stand on succession. Akeredolu slammed Akintoye for criticizing him after he, the governor, declared that the state would not support the succession plan as canvassed by Yoruba agitators. Akintoye had earlier tackled Akeredolu, noting that the governor was speaking for himself and not the people of the state. But in a statement titled "Grandstanding for Relevance, a Historian's Burden," Akeredolu warned that there will be no agitation for succession in any part of Ondo State, adding that Akintoye should submit himself to the people if he is so desirous of representing them. The statement reads in part, "It is presumptuous, denigrating, and condescendingly spiteful for a group of hustlers living largely in anonymity but struggling for relevance to keep proclaiming and legislating on issues which affect the destiny of a whole people without the faintest suggestion of paying even scant regard to their feelings or extending due to courtesy to the real representatives of the people whose opinion they discount as unimportant. The people are discerning, they know the impostors, they have not forgotten the activities of the suborned agitators, the presumed pertinent activists. The Ondo people, and indeed Yoruba, are the easiest to lead but the most difficult to deceive. With them, sophistry and demagoguery, what are all these words, have their limits. If the governor cannot speak for his people, is it a pack of unelected jokers who will declare sovereignty on their behalf? If an elected governor represents himself, on whose behalf are these people agitating? Who appointed Prof Akintoye as leader of the Yoruba? How many people participated in the sham? But the fact is, he's still representing what most of the people want. That is basically the main thing. Akeredolu has emerged victorious in 2 referenda conducted in Ondo State. Members of the opposition party, still smarting from the crushing defeats at both periods, must learn to live with the fact. Let's see what the reactions here are. Someone has said it is impossible for a sitting governor to support Nigeria's breakup when he is among the most beneficiaries. The youth of the Yoruba kingdom should just ignore these political Fulani slaves and go with their self-determination agenda in a more robust manner. At the end of the day, the fact is, if majority of Yoruba people want succession, then there is nothing that they can do. Point blank, period. So it's like, what do we expect? What do you expect? As this person has said, you being a beneficiary as a governor with your title, I mean, you have access to things that the average Nigerian doesn't. So what makes you think that you are right in terms of understanding where they're coming from? Because you can't relate. I mean, maybe you can relate, but you're just choosing to be spiteful and wicked. I mean, look at the words that he was using, fam. Someone says it is easy for someone whose family is never going to be touched by Fulani herdsmen to say what Akeredolu foolishness he's saying. He's being guarded by the highest state resources at no cost to him. Rather, he's stealing monthly security votes for personal use. Exactly. So selfish. At the end of the day, they are. And the fact is, the people have to come together. If Ondo people are like, we want to leave, then what can he do? And they are passionate and they will fight for it. What can Akeredolu do? What can he do with his bid? What can he do? Someone says, no matter what you think or do, Oduduwa nation is our right and our destination. We are not ignorant of the tactics of the politicians. We know that as long as you benefit from this good for nothing country and rotting Fulanization system of government, you will use everything in your disposal to keep us in bondage. But make no mistake, Oduduwa nation is our right. Exactly. I mean, I think this energy is what I need to see from Yoruba people, especially in Ondo State, to prove the governor wrong. Because how he's saying, oh yeah, how can you come and, talk for the people, especially when you don't relate or whatever. It's like, you are a governor, okay? Since when you were put in office, what have you done? Can the people of Ondo State come out and beat their chest and say that, you know what? he is not agitating for succession, but you know what, he has done things that that benefit us, and our plans that are in long-term benefits to our generations to come. That's a whole different thing. But can the people come out with their chest and defend you and say that, you know what, Akeredolu is a good man, he's done this, da da da? No, they cannot. No, they cannot. And of course, you know that you can't earn as much money. And to be honest, when Nigeria, if you actually separate, I mean, your money will stop, and then that actually means that you have to be accountable for your next line of income that you will get. Someone says, Akeredolu just making noise. Being a governor does not take the right of another citizens to ask for self-determination. Why do all Nigerian politicians have this messianic feelings that they must decide for all? The people agitating and the governor has all have one vote when it will to be decided in a referendum. Exactly. Because the same votes that put you there can be the same votes that kick you out. Because the power lies in the people. That's it. Someone here says, foolish comment from Akeredolu that Professor Akintoye ran away during military era. To begin with, what role and his contributions did Governor Akeredolu play during the June 12th struggle? Who knows him? It was only Professor Akintoye that left the country during the military junta. Even almighty T.Y. Danjuma ran for his life, including Bola Tinubu, Professor Shoyinka, just to mention a few of democracy fighters. If not Chief Bola Tinubu that liberated many of them, being a governor doesn't make someone a purposeful leader. Professor Akintoye value is sought, and he will be remembered as an uncompromised leader who was ready to hold and bent a hot iron for the Yoruba race. I mean, I actually need to go do research on this, because again, the military era and Professor Akintoye, people are out here trying to defend him, and it just shows that this man coming out to bash Akintoye is not factual, because again, it's the same thing. Can the people of Ondo State come and defend you? They cannot, because they know their history and they know yours, and yours is fairly recent in terms of you being in office. So it's the audacity for you to think that you can deceive the people. I mean, he even said that you can't even deceive the Yoruba people. It's like, who is trying to deceive who? I mean, that is the real question. Someone here says, fled during military, and so what? Tinubu also fled then. We love Akintoye because he loved his people. And see, these are all what the comments are. The comments are here defending Professor Akintoye. I mean, he deserves his title. Akeredolu don't know what he's doing. Does he even know his governor? I mean, apart from the income that he gets, what else is he doing? Nothing. Put what you think in the comment section below, and do not forget to like and subscribe.